Welcome to the campus of Mount Verde Academy. Beautiful place to play some football. OCB is back, baby. Presented by Orlando Health. OCB hosting FC Tucson, and OCB looking to develop their youth players. And tonight we've got picture-perfect weather to play some soccer. I am Bruce Silverman. Welcome to this presentation of Orlando City B. And let's take a look at some players to watch here for OCB. Bagru, a youngster, the forward, 22 years old. He'll be flanked by the man from Brazil, just joined the team from Corinthians, even had some spells with the top club. Diouf is the captain. And now for Tucson, you got Roy and Guillermo and Luis and Kyle, and these guys all have USL experience. So there is experience for Tucson, there is youth for OCB, but we're going to see how those two battle when we come back. OCB, FC Tucson next. Welcome back, everybody. Mount Verde Academy is the place to be tonight. Beautiful night to play the beautiful game. Orlando City and Tucson, and time for us to take a look at the Tucson lineup. A lot of experienced players on the pitch tonight for Tucson. And you take a look at this lineup and you look at the experience here. Cox is 24 years old. Delgado is 26. Wright is 23. That's the front line. Summersall is one of the youngest guys on the pitch at a Florida Gulf Coast University. And this is a team that has a lot of experience, a lot of USL experience. And on the flip side, OCB is building with youth. And they're going in the teens to the 20s. There is a 16-year-old on the bench, but the front line is Mbuyu Bagru and Ose Wusu. So those are the guys that you're going to be looking to make the back of the net. Moments away from getting started here, and you see the boys in purple about to get us started. From head to toe, all kinds of purple going on. Orlando City B, after taking a year off, is back. USL League One action. I am Bruce Silverman. Welcome to the broadcast, and away we go. Orlando City trying to start off quickly, the ball over the top. We'll go all the way back to the Tucson keeper, Eji Madu. Tucson trying to go over the top, far side, and that's going to get headed out of play by Simeon. Throw-in coming in for Tucson. They'll take their time here. Early action, OCB now playing at Mount Verde Academy, which is where their academy is located. All kinds of youth as that ball will go past the goal line. And the 17-year-old Luca Mancuso will kick it away. And when I said that OCB was going to build with youth, they're getting ready. They're getting their players ready for the big club. Mancuso, right foot, big right foot into the center circle. Here comes Orlando City on the attack in the final third. That ball is knocked away. A lot of white shirts getting in the way of that early opportunity for Orlando City. Mendoza will throw in right near the center stripe. Will be on the right side. Orlando City B in the purple, going from right to left on your TV screen, and in white with the red trim, the red shoulders, will be Tucson. That ball over the head of the intended target. The ball is out of play, and Mendoza will throw it in again, directing traffic, surveying his options here in the second minute. And this is exactly what Orlando City B wanted to do. They wanted to pressure high. They wanted to create opportunity. That is a little too heavy for Quintero. And the ball is going to go out of play right there. Throw in coming up for Tucson, and you see the ball coming right at the camera. Boom. A little bit of a bump. Good news is the camera survived. And now Tucson bringing the ball up the pitch, and that will be ushered all the way up to the 17-year-old keeper. Mancuso sends it forward, and here comes OCB. Back to Mancuso. And patience. Patience and the build-up. That is exactly what Coach Fernando wants. Ball going over the top. Intended target is Bagru. Bagru getting pulled from behind, and we're going to the spot. Nope, flag is up. Will Bagru was one step too many, but he did get pulled down from behind, and good opportunity for the 22-year-old as he's trying to make things happen for OCB. 50-50, whistle is blown. And away we go. OCB will build from the back once again. Some fancy footwork by Hagan. And we've got a whistle right in front of the Orlando City bench. Hagan will take his time, the 18-year-old. He'll go back to Quintero, who goes back for Mancuso. They'll play catch on that back line. OCB going with the 4-3-3. Sent forward, right on target, a little heavy for Mbuyu. And we've got an injured player down. But it's a great sportsmanship somersault out of Florida Gulf Coast on the west coast of Florida, and you see that collision there between Mbuyu and somersault. And Tucson will start us up here in the 5th minute. Ball just on their side of the pitch. Ball sent forward just outside the box, and a whistle will stop play. So Mancuso over for Hagan. Hagan going over the top, big foot foot race.
What part of the replay?
And that goes out of play. And you see the speed of the youngsters wearing purple. And Tucson will build from the back, and they're going to go over the top, high in the air, 50-50 opportunity over the head of everybody. And that opportunity is knocked away as OCB was on target. Mendoza, Simeon. He sends it forward for Quintero. Quintero will come over and help out, and then we'll go all the way back to Mancuso. Mancuso. Hagan. Back to his keeper. And the youngsters showing a tremendous amount of patience. Delgado is giving chase, and OCB just settling in, taking their time, looking to make things happen. Over the top, long ball, a little too long. Diouf was trying to get there, and Mendoza helps out. Diouf going backwards for Simeon. Simeon switching side. And great work by Osei Wusu to find some space. Has to go back just outside of the final third, now in the middle. Hagan, a little high and off the chest of Mbuyu.
That's the whole shot.
Opportunity deep in the Tucson zone is Mendoza. Will have the throw. For Simeon. And that ball will go out of play. Echimadu will kick this one away. You get a look at the Tucson keeper in the highlighter kit. 7th minute, no score. The pace has been dictated by OCB. The early part of this game, right foot high in the air, will just get past the middle of the field. And here comes Cox. That's cleared away nicely by OCB. And a throw in coming in. And it will be Wheeler Omiunu. Omiunu will let it go. And the ball will be thrown in a little bit farther up the pitch. It will actually be Mancuso that will kick it away. Ball sitting on the edge of the 6. The 17-year-old surveying his options. Strong right foot. Well onto the Tucson side. Quintero sending it forward. And we got a throw in coming up for Tucson. Nope. Referee switches it, and it will be OCB just on the side of their pitch, surveying the options and taking his time. Down the line, ball will go out of play and belong to Tucson. Far side, Wheeler Omiunu did the honors.
Find the ball.
Tucson will try to build from the back, and they give it away. OCB going station to station. Mendoza sending it forward for Mbuyu. Down the line. Tucson was able to get it away, but momentarily. Diouf for Quintero, and Quintero switching sides for Osei-Wusu. Osei-Wusu surveying his options, taking it into the middle of the pitch. Going all the way back to the back line, now sent forward. A little too heavy for Mbuyu. Mendoza keeps it in play. Diouf, the captain, switching sides. Flag goes up, and the opportunity for OCB is now done. We're in the 10th minute of action on the campus of Mount Verde Academy. 1912 is when this campus opened, and you see how beautiful this location is. Great Lake just outside of the pitch. And OCB now back in USL action, USL League One. This is the academy team for Orlando City Soccer Club. Orlando City with a big win a week ago on the road as Ejimadu puts it out of play. A 1-0 affair as Orlando City got the win over the Red Bulls. And tomorrow they will be at home to take on Wayne Rooney and DC United. But all focus right now on this young club, OCB, and they have really outplayed Tucson up to this point. They have controlled the tempo, they have controlled the ball, they have put pressure on Tucson. Tucson has played a lot of defense through the first 11 minutes.
Let's find a way to keep it, buddy. Help us.
This is exactly what Coach Fernando wants to see out of his young squad. Good decisions, precision passing, and put pressure on a much more experienced side and see if they can open up their League One opportunities as that ball was sent for long distance. Mancuso was off his line and Tucson was trying to chip it into the back of the net. We're going to be able to take another look at it here. And there's that ball going over the top, but Mancuso was not fooled, and he would have been there if he needed to be, but wisely let it go out of play. And now down the line, Mendoza will be in a foot race, and he'll battle. And he was battling with Summersall, and Summersall wins that battle. And the foul was called, and Ledbetter got us started. Tucson now trying to take a trip down to the final third. And Mendoza is able to clear out the garbage. A little loose on that pass, and it does get back. Quintero was able to get it back to Mancuso. The 17-year-old goes to mid-pitch, but Tucson is there to pick it up. Great defensive play by Bagru. Bagru leading the offense, sending it forward, and that will be a set-piece opportunity for OCB in the 13th minute. Barbasol is coming out. We get to take another look at this build-up by Bagru. And he was pulled from behind by Bjornthen. So Bjornthen, the 24-year-old who previously played with Toronto 2 in USL, gives OCB an opportunity from long distance to put pressure on Ejimadu. So here comes the first set piece of the evening. The Brazilian from Corinthians, Serginho, into the box, and that's headed away, and we got the first corner of the game coming up. And OCB will go over and take this one, and it will be a great opportunity for OCB to get on the board. And they go short. Serginho in the air, 50-50. Trying to turn on it was Mbuyu.
Come on, Key, help him out.
And Tucson feeling the pressure, trying to get it out of their own zone. Sending it forward and too heavy for Jamal Cox. Cox played indoors for the Tacoma Stars of the Major Arena Soccer League, and Mendoza, the 23-year-old, Randy Mendoza, surveying his options, going down the line, headed out of play, and Mendoza will take a few more steps forward. Right in front of the Orlando bench, right in front of his coach. Mendoza will have some options. Bagru is there.
Alert now!
Mendoza still surveying. Goes towards the box. And Boyu was the intended target. Quintero
Are you kidding me? He's late on the tackle again.
Diouf was the intended target there. That got away. Tucson just trying to clear it out.
Someone gets hurt doing this.
Mendoza going backwards. Now sent forward. Mendoza on the flank. Going down the line, pinpoint pass. But Gru sent it out wide. Mendoza wants it back. The ball will go out of play, and it will belong to Orlando City. 16th minute, no scoring yet. We've had a set piece and a corner by Orlando City. No shots against Ijimadu. There was a long distance shot by Tucson trying to chip the goalkeeper, Mancuso. Nothing going on there, and that is a misstep by Emmanuel Hagan, the 18-year-old. Ledbetter will come over and throw it in. He played a year ago in St. Louis USL Championship action. And there's a foul right there on Serginho. Serginho, 19 years old, played for Corinthians, was developed out of their program down in Brazil. And that ball will go off the foot of Mendoza to his keeper, Luca Mancuso. And Mancuso sending it forward. Tucson is there. They really have not been able to mount much of an attack. And that is a good slide tackle and out of play. It will stay with Tucson. Tucson serving their options. Throwing it in, and now deep into Orlando's side of the pitch. Riding it into the corner. That one will belong to Tucson. And a throw coming in. It's just a matter of who's going to take it.
I hate it because they never
And Kyle
tell where it's coming from.
Bjornthen, the 24-year-old, will do the honors. Looks like he's going to get a running start and use this basically like a corner. And here is the captain who throws it in. It's headed out by OCB. And here comes Bagru. And he was looking for Osiwusu, but it's knocked away, and Tucson gives Orlando City a throw. And Jordan Hill, the 22-year-old, will do the honors on this one in the 18th minute. He'll direct some traffic and then go short for Osiwusu, and then down the line. And that's cleared out momentarily. Hill back on it. He'll have to dribble out of trouble. Goes to the middle of the pitch. Osiwusu will play catch. And now all the way back to Mancuso. And Mancuso doing a good job of directing traffic, trying to go outside to Mendoza, who played it off the chest but couldn't handle it. So Zach Wright was able to control, but only momentarily. Foot race on that far side, and that is too much for Kobe Osiwusu to handle. Tucson will have the throw as sun's starting to set here on Mount Verde Academy. Beautiful setting to play some football. See the lake just past the pitch. Ball pinballing around. Tucson finally settling it before it's sent down the line, but cleared out momentarily by OCB. Good slide tackle to slow things down, and Mendoza for Mancuso, and that strong right foot by the 17-year-old. Well down the pitch to the final third. Tresser on the ball, getting some pressure, but OCB was able to stay on it momentarily. Ball staying in play. Delgado has to go back for Ledbetter. Ledbetter ridden off the ball a little bit by Tresser and Buyu, and the 22-year-old sends Ledbetter to the turf. We get another look at it from ground level, and there's the foul right there. And Buyu was trying to sell it, but referee was not going to buy. Free kick for Tucson. They'll go long distance. Flag is up, opportunity over as we are approaching the end of the 20th minute of action here. OCB has led the charge, has not been able to get a shot on Philip Ichimadu. And one long distance shot sailed out of play and over the head of that gentleman right there, Luca Mancuso, and the strong right foot of the 17-year-old sends it way down the pitch. Tucson will settle it down. Go over the top, down the line. Flag stays down. And Tucson was in the final third, but only momentarily cleared out by OCB, but Tucson right back on it. Somersault, and he goes and switches sides. And OCB will be able to gather up a loose ball. Little miscommunication, and Tucson will take charge of the action, and that's cleared out just enough. Ball going towards the corner, doesn't go out of play, as Wright will send it in, and it's headed away into the middle of the pitch. Tucson will pick it back up. Now they'll have to go backwards. Foot race in Mendoza, and that's an empty net, and that's in the back of the net. Miscommunication between Mendoza and his keeper, and it is a goal in the 22nd minute for Tucson as they take advantage. Delgado with the goal at the 22nd minute. We get to take another look. Ball coming into the final third. Mendoza is trying to come up and give some help, but he doesn't get there. Mendoza, Mancuso, and Delgado puts Tucson on the board. 1-0. OCB had been the aggressors up until that point, but miscommunication and that misstep by the young squad gives up the goal, and now, despite dictating the pace, they find themselves playing down a goal. Gut check time for Coach Fernando and his squad. Hagen. He'll carry it up the pitch, chipping down the line. Misplayed by Mbuyu, going out of play, and Ledbetter will have the throw-in. Ledbetter surveying his options. Played in St. Louis. And then here comes Wright down the line. Outstanding slide tackle, slowing things down momentarily. Mendoza has been a workhorse throughout the first 23 minutes. And you see the way Mendoza was able to stop the play. So Bjornthen will come over, and he will take the long running start, the captain. And he'll treat this one like a corner kick. 24th minute, just 2 minutes ago, Guillermo Delgado, formerly of Rio Grande Valley, put Tucson on the board, 1-0. Bjornthen taking his time, getting a dribble, getting a running start. The long throw into the middle of the box, cleared out by OCB. Foot race, and you see the speed of Begru. He's going to put pressure on the Tucson keeper. And Tucson will go backwards. Begru put pressure on Ejimado. Ball spending time in the air. Ledbetter gives it up for Simeon. And OCB on the wing. Osewusu into the box. Whistle stops that opportunity. Serginho took his rip. We've got a player down for Tucson, and that is Ledbetter. And he's struggling to get up. 25th minute. Despite the fact that Tucson is up 1-0, Orlando City B has been the aggressors in this game. We're going to get to take a look at how Ledbetter ended up on the ground, that collision with Quintero.
Alert now. Alert.
Ledbetter is up, but still dazed just a little bit. Ejimadu
Help it on, Zach.
started us up. Tucson going over the top, and that will be headed out of play by Mendoza. So right in front of the Tucson bench, Ledbetter, who is still slow and hobbling a little bit from that collision with Jose Quintero, will have the throw. Inching his way up the pitch, throwing it into the head of someone wearing a purple jersey, and that's not the way Ledbetter wanted to draw it up. And Buyu let Ledbetter have the better of that, but the flag goes up, so it will be Orlando City B starting us up here. And Mendoza has been very, very active on that left side for OCB. And you see Mbuyu gets his jersey pulled by Ledbetter. A heads up play by Ledbetter to slow down the 22-year-old. Hagen goes back to his keeper. Mancuso feeling a little bit of pressure, set it into the head of Wright. 50-50 is Serginho goes over the top. And Hill will go back to his keeper, who slips, falls, puts it into the net. And Tucson feeling a little bit more aggressive now, up a goal, putting pressure on OCB. Osiwusu for Quintero. Hagen will go back to Mancuso. Hagen will take his time. Mendoza, one touching, intended for Mbuyu. Mbuyu sending it forward. Foot race for Bagru. Bagru with an opportunity, centers. Nobody home for OCB. Bagru is down, and the bench of Orlando City not happy with this one. Bagru inside the box, a collision with the keeper, Ejimadu. And Ejimadu is down. And Bagru is down. Will Bagru, 22 years old. He's up, and more than anything else, he's fine, but I think he's frustrated. But the issue is going to be with Philip Ejimadu. And Ejimadu is going to have to be attended to. And if Tucson has to make a change, they will be turning to their backup keeper. And the backup keeper for Tucson is Carlos Murciacio Valdez. So Carlos Murciacio Valdez could be seeing his first action of 2019 as the trainer is working on Philip Ejimadu. That collusion with Mbuyu. And Mbuyu was able to get up, probably more frustrated that he had that collision and wasn't able to get a shot off or get a clean pass in. But here in the 30th minute, tense moments for Tucson as they're not sure if their starting keeper is going to be able to finish the last 60 minutes of this game. Orlando City dictated the pace throughout the first 30 minutes, putting pressure on, unable to get a clean shot off on Ejimato, but definitely dictating the pace. But it was Guillermo Delgado in the 22nd minute who was able to get the shot off, and there is a look at Carlos Valdez as he may be getting the spot substitution, as Darren Sawatsky may have to go to his bench and bring on a backup keeper. And this is a strategic concern for any manager. When you have to go to your bench because of substitution in the first half, that is a difficult thing to do. And when you have to go to the bench and bring in a cold keeper, that is a difficult thing to do. The magic spray has been attached to the leg of Philip Ejimato. As you take a look at Carlos getting the warm-ups, and the decision for Darren Sawatsky on what he's going to do. Had a great conversation yesterday evening with the Tucson manager, talking about the way that he wanted to develop players, the way he wanted to get them ready to make an impact with the home club, Phoenix Rising.
Comment lines when I made about guys sliding in late. 3,
Waka.
4, 5, nothing's called. The kid slides into my fucking goalkeeper, he gets hurt. That's why I was saying, stop it.
Cody Wakasa checking in on his keeper. And it looks like Ejimato will attempt to go the last 15 plus minutes of the first half. Showing the toughness, walking off the collision with Tresser and Mbuyu, and a smile from Philip Ejimato as he will continue in Carlos's night. Carlos Valdez's night will stay on the bench, at least for now. Mendoza throwing it in.
Here we go. Alert, alert, alert.
And Mendoza has to go back a little bit for Hagen. Serginho sending it back for Simeon. And now Hill. Quintero trying to dribble out of trouble, feeling the pressure. Simeon into the circle. Serginho. He's sending it over the top. Foot race to the corner. And it goes the way of Tucson. And
Guillermo, watch your line. Very good, but watch the line.
Tucson will have the throw deep in their zone. As you saw the speed of OCB trying to attack down the line, down the flank. Trailing by a goal, that one coming about 11 minutes ago. Guillermo Delgado putting Tucson on the board, taking advantage of miscommunication between Mancuso and Mendoza. Flag is up and it will stay with Tucson. And for Tucson, they have found out OCB can play physical football. For OCB, they have to find a way to even this match at one apiece. Ball down the line into the final third, Simeon. Serginho, he's sending it forward, looking for Bagru. Bagru showing that speed.
Keep it. Alert now.
Bagru with the quick throw for Osiwusu. Osiwusu from distance, just outside. Made Ejimato dive to his left. We get to take another look as that left foot from Osiwusu was going near post. It was just a little wide. But the aggression from OCB and the pressure from OCB once again. Mendoza stole it away but was unable to corral it in. And Ledbetter will throw it in here in the 35th minute.
Let's go.
He goes backwards.
Preston Hanlon, we gotta find the ball.
And that will find Orlando City B's side of the pitch. Serginho was whistled for the foul. We're going to get our first yellow card of the game, and it goes against the captain, Diouf, there in the 35th minute. Referee goes into her pocket to give the captain, Ates Diouf, the first card of the evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, the yellow card has been issued to OCB number 21 in the 35th minute.
And that will have Tucson trying to mount an attack led by Jamal Cox. Summersall has to send the ball backwards. Wakasa sent it forward, and Mancuso will let it go past the line, so he'll kick this one away. Orlando City B a little out of sorts right now as they play from behind. And the 17-year-old showing the strength of his leg well past the stripe. Martinez led the charge, and that will go back to Mancuso. Mancuso sending it forward. Unable to be handled by Osiwusu, and Tucson will have a throw in the final third. And the man on the ball right now, Diouf, he gets it back. Little catch, and he'll carry it past the middle of the pitch. Intended for Mbuyu, but Ledbetter was able to step in front. Tucson on the attack. Delgado pulls up the brakes, trying to find his way into the 18. Well defended. Mancuso with the big stop as Luis Martinez was charging. And Luca Mancuso coming up with a big stop. As you take a look at this play, inside, and Mancuso stopping the attack. Delgado trying to center. Summersall feeling the pressure. Osiwusu coming up again. Osiwusu in the mouth of the 18, teed it up. Flag goes up. Player down for Orlando City, but you see the pressure by OCB continuing to drive it forward, trying to mount that attack on Ejimadu. But the flag goes up. Ejimadu gutting his way through the first half. Cody Wakasa coming over to check on him, and he played for Phoenix Rising a year ago. And you see what's going on right now. Ejimadu unable to take the goal kicks. So you know that injury is resonating with the way that they can play this game. Serginho unable to handle that one.
Jamel, think about your starting position. Must have discipline. Guillermo.
Ledbetter will have the throw. Throwing it into the middle. Off Delgado and off the referee. Now Quintero sending it forward. Stolen away. And an opportunity for Orlando City, and Ejimadu came up big as he challenged Mbuyu again. Those two collided just a few minutes ago. And you see Ejimadu coming in and just cutting off that angle on Mbuyu. But this goal kick will be taken once again by someone other than the keeper for Tucson. And we've got a stoppage of play just on the Orlando side of the stripe. There will be Summersall, who will start us up. Wakasa. And Buyu is coming up, and that collision will stop play.
How many times are they going to come sliding through, guys?
And Tucson with another injured player down. The Tucson bench trying to get, and a yellow card will be issued on that. And you see Mbuyu coming in on that, taking down Wakasa. And a yellow card has been issued to Mbuyu. That in the 41st minute. Second yellow card of the game against OCB. Average age of this team is about 19 years old. 9 players on this squad have represented their national team at some point, and 9 of the players on OCB are high school students at Mount Verde Academy, the home pitch of Orlando City B.
Cody, look at the clock. Let's measure the game.
So now we're in the 41st minute. Tucson will look to run out the clock here in the first half. Nursing that 1-goal lead, Orlando City B will look for the equalizer. The left side of the attack for OCB sitting on yellow cards. And Mbuyu in the 41st and Diouf in the 35th. And that ball will go into the corner on the OCB side. And Wright trying to dance his way past Mendoza, unable to do so. And a corner will come up. Nope. Check that. It will be Mancuso who will be able to kick this one away. Hagen to his keeper. Mancuso, strong leg, looking for Osiwusu. Throw. Quintero, far side, trying to get around 2 white kits. Tucson will send it into the final third. And Simeon sending it into the middle of the pitch. Diouf was trying to carry it towards Tucson's goal, but it will go all the way back to Mancuso. Surveying his options and finally rolls it out for Hagen. Serginho sends it out wide. Osiwusu pulls up the brakes. Quintero into the final third. Turns Hill around. Hill keeps it. Nope, goes out of play. So that attack by OCB is shut down here as we enter the 44th minute. With the injury to Ejimadu on the collision between him and Mbuyu, got to figure we're going to have at least 3 to 4 minutes of added time when we get to 45. We'll keep you posted on that. Ball sent forward for Bagru. Bagru taken from behind. Set piece opportunity coming up here in the 44th minute. As Summersall out of Florida Gulf Coast was the man with the infraction. Hagen gets his pocket picked. Here comes Tucson. Slowing things down, now down the line. Trying to lead right. And there is a tackle on Mendoza. And Wright is down.
Oh, it's getting ugly.
Wright is down. And the referee's going to have to step in and separate everybody and keep tempers in check.
Oh, red card, red card.
And Mendoza comes in, and we're getting word.
Look at me, White. No stupid stuff. We play soccer here.
Wright still down as a red card has been issued to Randy Mendoza in the 45th minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, a red card has been issued to OCB number 14, Randy Mendoza.
Get to take another look at, and there is the red card. And Wright still slow to get up as the red card was issued to Randy Mendoza in the 45th minute, and OCB will play a half of football, down a man and down a goal. Tucson came into this game a lot more experienced, a lot older than OCB, and OCB has come into this game dictating the majority of the pace and playing very, very physical football for their manager. And Wright is still down. Zach Wright, 23 years old, played previously at RGV, and he's being worked on right now as Mendoza. His evening is done after 45 minutes. We've got at least 5 minutes of added time for your viewing pleasure, as we have had 2 major stoppages of play because of injury to a Tucson player. The first one down was Ejimadu, the keeper for Tucson, and then Wright taken down and a red card issued, and you see the tackle right there as Mendoza takes out the legs of Zach Wright.
Now look at me. The big boy, the target.
So now OCB is going to have a gut check. We've got at least 5 minutes of added time here in the first.
As best you can. Deal with
Orlando City B down a goal. That came in the 22nd minute. Guillermo Delgado broke the game open. There was miscommunication between Mendoza and Mancuso, and the ball was fed into the middle, and Delgado was able to find the back of the net. Now Martinez will start us up. Luis Martinez, who played previously with OKC Energy. He'll whip it in with the right foot. And play resuming after a long absence. And Mancuso with a big one-handed save as that ball was put right on target, going near post. And Luis Martinez almost made it a 2-0 game, and if it's not for a diving save by the 17-year-old Luca Mancuso, this game could have really gotten out of hand. Corner coming up for Tucson. Bjornthen will have the in-swinger, so the captain, well into added time, will put it high in the air. Mancuso will snatch it out of the air, and he'll punt it high into the night. Settles at the feet of Ledbetter, who goes high and out of play. 49th minute. We're going to have at least 5 minutes of added time, and a substitution coming up for OCB. Mbuyu is going to come out, and Steven Hernandez comes in, and that is a tactical change for a couple of reasons I will get into in a moment. Ledbetter settles it down and then sends it over the top. Flag will stay down for Delgado. Back heels it for Wright. Wright, back of the net. And Wright, in the 49th minute, makes it a 2-0 game. We get to take another look. All starts by Ledbetter putting it over the top. Beautiful back heel pass by Delgado. And then Zach Wright gets his revenge from the angle. 2-0 Tucson. And you just see he goes 5-hole and goes right between the legs of Luca Mancuso. So the man who was taken down just a few minutes ago by Randy Mendoza gets his just rewards. and puts Tucson up 2-0. And play will continue. Serginho for Hernandez. Hernandez turned but grew around, and that ball will go all the way back to Philip Ejimadu. And Ejimadu will cover up. Ejimadu, who was in a collision with Tresser and Mbuyu early in the first half, has not taken any goal kicks since. And here's another opportunity for Tucson. They'll push forward, cleared out momentarily. Delgado will chase it down. Orlando City B trying to clear it out, but Tucson staying on the ball. Ball going opposite side. Ledbetter will send it backwards. We're now well past 5 minutes of added time. Ball sent forward for Wright. Wright, well defended. 2 purple jerseys around him, still staying on the ball. Ball out for Ledbetter. Back into the middle for Wright. Wright for Ledbetter, and he'll send it backwards. And we're already in the 6th minute of 5 minutes of added time, as Tucson picked up a goal 4 minutes into the added time. And the referee will let them play. Serginho. O.C. Wusu. All the way back for Simeon. Now Hagen. And we're 6+ minutes into the first half of added time. Referee looking at her watch. And Ledbetter. Wakasu sends it out of play. Throw-in coming up for OCB. Hernandez will take this one. Hernandez comes into the game 45 plus 4. That is a substitution that Coach Fernando had to make. Serginho switching sides. Hill. And that ball is stolen away. Another opportunity for Tucson. Foot race, they'll work the outside. Mancuso will come up to try to help, and that ball will get cleared off that back line nicely. Heads up play as Mancuso was coming up to cut off the angle, and OCB shut down that opportunity, but not before the whistle is blown. 52 plus minutes were played in the first half of action, and as we go to the dressing room, Tucson 2-0 over Orlando City B. Goals coming at the 22nd minute by Delgado, and 4 minutes into added time, Zach Wright, who was taken down and nearly injured, gets his revenge. So Wright and Delgado put Tucson up 2-0. Don't go away, halftime coming up. Tucson 2-0 over the Lions. A long absence. And
Maverick. Simple, faster, come on. Faster, man. Make a decision faster. Good.
The idea behind adding OCB to our top of our developmental pyramid is what it really looks like is our development, youth development is OCB down to U12. It's our top of our development pyramid, and the fight for us is to develop players that'll go play for the first team downtown.
OCB is a great way to play against older guys. When you're playing with older guys, you mature more as a soccer player.
I know that Tampa is very excited to bring young players up, and I think that's a good experiment for like young players to know how it is at the professional level.
Right now, if you're in the academy, in a lot of MLS teams, it's very difficult to say, can I be a first team player or not? OCB at the D3 level will provide an environment for young players who are 16 and 17 that have the talent to play professionally to serve as the gap between the academy and the first team, put them under the type of pressure and the lifestyle they need to be living as a professional. At that level, then James O'Connor and Nikki can take a look at OCB and say, these guys are already playing an environment at 17 years old at professional level, and so now they're much more prepared coming out of OCB than say out of the draft or college soccer or OCB when it used to be sending players down from the first team for rehab minutes. It's a different concept. OCB gives the opportunity for these boys who have the dream to be professional to see that it's real.
My goals here is to make it to the professional level, to the MLS club, Orlando City.
My dream is to become a professional soccer player, and I'd love to do it here at Orlando City. It would be my dream.
Welcome back to Mount Verde Academy, just outside of Orlando, and this was the opening weekend for USL League One, and you look at the scores from around the league this weekend. South Georgia and Greenville and Tormenta FC get the win. 70th minute of action. North Texas, two better than Chattanooga, and we're taking a look at also look at Richmond and Lansing on the road get the win over the Kickers. Next Friday, I'll have you with me. OCB hosting Toronto as the boys from the Great White North will come down south to Florida. and South Georgia and Tucson will do battle on Wednesday. So welcome to USL League One. Don't go away because we're going to start up the second half in just a few moments. Orlando City B and Tucson in this very first match of League One action for your Orlando City B. We'll be right back. Welcome back onto the campus of Mount Verde Academy, Orlando City B's home, and Tucson leading the Lions 2-0. In time for us to take a look at the highlights from the first 45 plus 6 minutes of action, almost 45 plus 7 minutes of action. Early in this game, OCB dictating the pace, but then a mistake there as the goalkeeper was off of his line, the 17-year-old Mancuso. Tucson trying to take advantage of him playing and cheating up, but Mancuso will have none of that. but then miscommunication between Mendoza and Mancuso, and that is drilled into the back of the net by Guillermo Delgado. And the 26-year-old put Tucson up 1-0, and you see from a little bit different of an angle, Martinez sliding it over for Delgado. And then we had a collision as Will Bagru collided with Philip Echimudu. And Tucson's keeper was very slow to get up. And then opportunities for Orlando City B. That was Kobe Osewusu, who took this left-footed shot. He was trying to go near post, but he goes just wide of the net. And now a dangerous play in stoppage time. Randy Mendoza taking out the legs of Zach Wright. Zach Wright slow to get up, and Mendoza would be shown to the showers with that red card. And then Wright would get his revenge. Delgado sliding it, and Zach Wright from the angle finds the back of the net at 45+4. Beautiful backheel pass by Delgado, and Wright finds the net. And OCB find themselves down 2-0 after 45, plus we'll call it 7. Not only that, they will play down a man for the entire second half, as you saw that red card issued to Randy Mendoza. Not only does Mendoza get his night cut short, but he will be out the next game. 6 shots for both teams. The possession, as I talked about, belonging to OCB, but the only stat that ever really matters is the one on the scoreboard, and you see that right at midfield. 2-0 Tucson, and we'll switch sides. OCB in all purple. They'll go from left to right here in the second half on your television screen. And in white, it will be Tucson, and they're trying to jump on and take advantage of being up a man for the second half, and already they find themselves in the final third. And you look at the manager, Fernando, for OCB. And Wheeler Omiunu throws it in. And a foul right there on Hanlon. So Hanlon will be the answer to the trivia question, who was whistled for the first infraction in the second half. And now OCB will try to build from the back. It starts with Quintero. Hagan, Serginho. Serginho almost gets his pocket picked. Another Tucson player down, as OCB has shown that they might be young, but they can play physical football. And play will stop as the injured player for Tucson will be attended to. So another trainer coming out for Tucson, and they have been extremely active already in this match. And it looks like it is Raheem Summersall, the 21-year-old, went to college here in Florida at Florida Gulf Coast University. Take another look at this exchange, and he comes trying to get the ball from behind and gets tangled up with Serginho, the 19-year-old, formerly of Corinthians. And you see the 19-year-old in the foreground as the trainer is attending to Summersall's left leg. We've seen players go down for Tucson. First it was Ejimato, and then we saw Wright go down, and now Raheem Summersall. The injury to Philip Ejimadu has resulted in the keeper not taking goal kicks. Those have been handled
Talk to Guillermo and Luis.
by his teammates in front of him, and Summersall will limp off the pitch. Tucson playing up a man. They have not made any substitutions yet in this game. OCB made a substitution at the 49th minute of the first half is Mbuyu, who picked up a yellow card at the 41st minute, was taken out of the game and replaced by Steven Hernandez. Tucson will start us up. They'll build from the back here in the 49th minute. Wheeler Omiunu got things started going back to his keeper, and now Waka Sa will play it from the back, and now he'll go forward. 50-50. And Orlando City will make their first trip on this side of the pitch. Serginho. And he'll survey options. Dribbling it forward. Pulls up the brakes for Diouf. Diouf sitting on a yellow card he picked up at the 35th minute. Simeon carrying it forward. Quintero. Now Simeon. He goes down the line, trying to lead Hill, but a little too heavy. Wheeler Omiunu was there. Nathan Simeon, 19 years old. Back to Luca Mancuso, the 17-year-old. Big right foot going towards the touchline. And that will go out of play, but it will belong to Orlando City.
No worries. I just hadn't heard you.
And the Lions will have the throw. Surveying options. Now on the Tucson side of the pitch. And that is intercepted by Tucson. Trying to move it forward. Flag will go up. Mancuso was trying to cut the angle, but the flag went up a little late. An opportunity is off the board for Tucson as Mancuso gets us started. Playing catch with Hagan.
Keep working!
Hagan down the line. Intended for Osiusu. Wheeler Omiunu playing catch with Wakasa. Intercepted by Orlando City. Now the Brazilian trying to dribble out of trouble. OC.
Step to him. Step to him.
Udaf.
Up. Guillermo. Good.
Osiwusu out wide. Simeon down the line, knocked away by Tucson. Orlando City trying to mount a concerted effort. Try to challenge the keeper. There have been a few shots in the direction of Ejimadu, but nothing has been incredibly challenging. Mancuso has seen two go behind him. Simeon feeling a little bit of pressure by Martinez. And Orlando City B taking their time to the middle of the pitch. And Kobe was unable to handle it off the chest, and it will go out of play. Tucson will throw it in, 53rd minute. Quintero came up to play some defense, makes Tucson retreat.
Okay, drop off. Pop off.
Now sent over the top. Headed back in the direction that Orlando City wants to go. Kobe Osiwusu dribbled it out of play, and Ledbetter will throw it in. Tucson taking their time. Somersault back up. Ball goes well over the top. Flag is down, and Mancuso will make sure that he ushers it out himself. And the 17-year-old with the big right foot will put it on the grass here at Mount Verde. Directing traffic is Luca Mancuso. Well down the pitch. Intercepted by Tucson. Sent forward. Opportunities on the wing for Tucson. Centering. Knocked back by Cox. And Hernandez is able to clear it out. Kobe in a foot race, he couldn't get to it. He was held back by Tucson. Kobe gets it back, gets his revenge. Now sending it forward. Serginho at the stripe. Intended for Simeon, but gets stolen away. Here's Delgado trying to chip the keeper. Finds the back of the net. In the 54th minute, Mancuso got a handle on it, and Delgado got his brace. And the 17-year-old was trying to cut up the angle, and he just got chipped. Cox, nifty little pass. Delgado with the vision. The 26-year-old just going high as Mancuso came out of his office. And the veteran Delgado has one at 22 and one at 54. Throw in Zach Wright at 45 plus 4. And that is the 3-0 score in your upper left-hand corner. And Kobe sending it forward. Orlando City playing down a man throughout the entire second half. Hill working down the line, feeling a lot of pressure, ridden off the ball, and that will go the other way. Tucson will start us back up here in the 56th minute. Up 3-0, up a man. And Orlando City B. Academy team here on the campus of Mount Verde Academy. All of these experiences that these young players are having, they're all learning opportunities. How to play down a man, how to play down 3 goals. Quintero leading Kobe. Kobe bringing it into the 18. Trying to center it, back of the net! How about that? Orlando City B is on the board in the 56th minute. We're going to get to take another look. We're talking about learning experiences. And how about this? The left foot. And it finds the back of the net. And Kobe Osiwusu, the 23-year-old, 56-minute goal. And Kobe puts Orlando City on the board with a shorthanded goal. Wheeler Omiunu. And that overshoots him. Out of play, and this one will belong to Hill. And now Orlando City B with a little bit of renewed confidence will be now in the final third, sending it in to the middle. A lot of white kits around. Intended target was Hill, but Hill will throw it in the final third. Check that, it will belong to Tucson. And Wheeler Omiunu, who played last year with Atlanta United 2, has the throw. Finds the head of Simeon. Tucson sending it forward. Martinez trying to chase it down, keeps it in play. Flag is up. Luka Mancuso, the 17-year-old, will set it on the elbow and start us up. Down the line for Hill. Hill well defended by Cox. Into the middle for the Brazilian. Quick ball movement, a little too heavy to go outside. And the turnover in the 59th minute. And Ledbetter will have the throw. Tucson doing what they've done throughout the evening, going over the top. Into the 18, cleared out momentarily. Hagan was giving chase. Hernandez with the ball at his feet. Dribbles Orlando City out of trouble. Here comes the attack on the wing. Quintero sending it all the way down, intended for Osewusu. And Osewusu, who has a goal now with the ball at his feet. OCB, another trip into the final third. Not quite 60 minutes gone by. Now the ball into the 18, knocked away. But OCB mounting the attack. Shot from distance, and that had just too much on it. Will Bagru from distance, but just put too much on it. We get to take another look. Plays it off the chest, turns around on it. Just got it off the laces and put it into the night. If he had swept through it, could have challenged Ejimadu, and Ejimadu still unable to kick that ball away, relying on his center backs to take care of it. Wakasa sending it forward, nobody home for Tucson. That will go out of play, and the 17-year-old Mancuso will start us up. Wind picking up here as we enter the 61st minute of play, and Tucson up 3-1. Goals coming in the 22nd minute by Delgado. In stoppage time by Wright. And then at the 54th minute by Delgado, he picks up the brace. Here comes Orlando City, led by Kobe, pulls up the brakes. Has to go backwards for the Brazilian. He's in the circle. He's playing catch. Simeon carries it past the stripe, has to go backwards.
Good, Luis. Good. Don't get split. Excellent. Excellent. That's us.
Sending it forward.
No turns. No turns.
Good passing by OCB. Bagru went backwards for Nathan Simeon. Simeon switches sides. Down the line. OCB still mounting their attack. Possession football right now for the Lions. Kobe going backwards. Orlando City B had the ball 60% of the time in the first half. Now working over for Hill. Jordan Hill getting stepped up and whistled for the infraction, as Luis Martinez is slow to get up. And Jordan Hill goes into the book, and we see why right here, as he came back to challenge that ball and sent Luis Martinez to the turf. So in the 62nd minute, Jordan Hill becomes the third yellow card of the night for Orlando City B. A red card was issued to Randy Mendoza in the 45th minute. So despite their youth, Orlando City B proving that they can play physical football. Maybe seeing some more substitutions shortly for Orlando City B, as they'll build from the back. Strong right foot for Mancuso. 50-50 Won by Bjornthen. Now Hanlon sending it forward into the corner. Foot race. Chasing it down, but unable to keep it in play was Wright. And Mancuso will get it out wide. Pressure on by Tucson, and that flag goes up, so it will stay with Orlando City B. 3-1 your score. 64th minute. Bruce Siltman with you with Orlando City B hosting Tucson. And Tucson right now, if they can hang on to this 3-1 lead, will get back on the plane and carry 3 points into their matchup on Wednesday. DeOof got us started. Bagru staying on the ball, well defended, having to go out wide. And the ball will now belong to Tucson. A much older, more experienced club associated with Phoenix Rising. And they'll take their time and build from the back. Strong left foot over the top. Flag is down, headed away by the 17-year-old Mancuso. He'll have to get back to his office quickly. Pressure, and now Orlando City B picking up the ball. Osiwusu was trying to chip over for Hernandez. Now Cox. He gets it back, goes backwards for Wheeler Omiunu. And Tucson will be very happy to take the air out of the ball, slow things down, and then take their opportunities over the top. But nobody home for the visitors. Tomorrow at Orlando City Stadium, a big matchup for the Lions as Wayne Rooney and DC United come to town. Wayne Rooney starting his season extremely strong for United. And Orlando City B picking up a win on the road a week ago at Red Bulls Arena. A 1-0 game. And the boys and the developmental squad for Orlando City B, this academy team here on the campus of Mount Verde Academy, looking to cut this lead from 3-1 to 3-2 as they mount their attack. Nathan Simeon into the circle, sending it forward for the goal scorer. Kobe corrals it in, takes it into the final third, now into the 18. And that's going to be just wide. The captain, Diouf, volleying it, but just wide left. Had an opportunity to break this game into 3-2, but just slides a foot or two outside of the goal. And you see that lumbering walk of Philip Ejimadu, injured earlier in this game in a collision with Mboyu. Mboyu picked up a yellow card after that one in the 41st minute. He actually went, his evening was over in a substitution that was necessary because of the red card to Mendoza, and now another substitution as Quintero comes out and Joffrey is in. So Joffrey for Quintero in the 67th minute. And Hernandez trying to turn the ball around with Delgado chasing. Ball will belong to Orlando City B. As I was saying, Hernandez came into the game in the 49th minute with Mbuyu sitting on the yellow card and Mendoza having to check out because of the red. So for the entire second half, Orlando City B has been playing down a man. Kobe has switched sides. He's now on the right. He was running step for step with Hill, sending it forward. Bagru, he'll go backwards. Simeon was sending it forward. Tucson was on the ball momentarily. The captain now will send it out wide. Hernandez down the line. Trying to corral it in was the Brazilian, but now into the final third. OCB ridden off and no whistle, says the referee. Play continues, and we now have a stoppage of play. And OCB is going to have to keep their composure as things are not going their way. Going to get another look at the no call here. As you see Joffrey, just a little bit of rub in his racing, and he's taken down by Cody Wakasa. But now mounting the attack is Tucson, just trying to take the air out of the ball. Summersall switching sides. Numbers in favor of Tucson. Delgado, that flag is up, it will not count. Delgado was looking for the hat trick, but that right foot will not count as the flag went up on the far side. Mancuso puts it out of play. Tucson will take their time as we enter the 70th minute of play. Ledbetter will have the throw. Played in St. Louis a year ago, 23 years old. Tucson has still not gone to their bench. OCB has gone there twice, playing down a man and down 2 goals. They've had spells where they've been very, very impressive with their passing. They have been extremely physical, sending a more experienced Tucson team to the turf time and time again. As we take a look at the whistle, and you see Serginho taking Martinez down, the 29-year-old who last year played with OKC Energy. So Tucson will go backwards, take their time. OCB is going to have to find ways to get the ball forward, slow down the attack of Tucson, and challenge Philip Ejimadu. Bjornthen for Wakasa. And that ball will make Wakasa chase. Sending it high into the night. Headed out of play by Orlando City. Throw in coming up for Tucson.
I do not want to sub on their ball. It has to be our possession.
Got a substitution coming up. We'll check that out when play stops. Summersall for Wheeler Omiunu. Wheeler Omiunu down the line for Cox, gets it back.
Move it faster though. Move it faster.
There's Bjornthen for Wakasa. Wakasa will send it forward. And Tucson will be very, very content to just play catch. Loose ball was momentarily OCB's, but now sent forward in a foot race. Ball will belong to OCB, and we've got a substitution coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for FC Tucson in the 72nd minute. Leading the game is number 10, Luis Martinez. He's replaced by number 8, Eddie Tavares.
So Martinez will check out as Tavares will come in. This will officially be in the 73rd minute.
Here we go. Kyle, Cody, here we go.
So Tavares will finish out the game for Tucson. First substitution of the evening for the visitors.
Together, Gee, together.
That ball is high in the air. right at midfield. Ball stays in play and now goes out. It will belong to Tucson. And Tucson looking to leave Orlando with 3 points. Sending the ball over the top, headed away. And now the Brazilian trying to handle it, battling, keeping possession. And the whistle will go the direction of OCB.
Talk to each other. Talk.
The Lions will work backwards. Osei Wusu with some dribbling space, looking for Serginho. And they get it back. Kobe for his captain. Building it back up, now Hill.
I got you back, Etsy. You good?
Simeon over the top. And Ledbetter will usher it to his keeper, who stops it. Joffrey was the man in the area, but Eji Madu was able to get there first. And he'll roll it out. And that is the first time he has kicked the ball in quite some time. Flag goes up here in the 75th minute. Despite being down a man and down 2 goals, OCB continuing to push forward. Everything a first for this OCB team. OCB took a year off a year ago, and they come back to the USL Pyramid in League One. The academy team for Orlando City Soccer Club.
Come on, Key. Come on.
Orlando City with a win, 2 draws, and a loss on the 2019 season. Another substitution coming up right now, officially in the 76th minute. It will be the last one of the evening. And the 16-year-old will be checking in, Luke Graniter. Welcome to the professional ranks, number 25. So Luke Graniter in the 76th minute, getting his first minutes. 16 years old. How about that? Youngest player on this team, and you heard the crowd get very, very excited when Luke came into the game. Kobe has to send it backwards for his 17-year-old keeper. OCB build from the back. Here's Simeon sending it forward. Kobe. Hill. Kobe. Simeon. And Luke staying on his feet, keeping the ball, sending it forward for Kobe. OCB mounting the attack, taking their time. Simeon. Serginho. Simeon has to pull up the brakes, play catch with the Brazilian, switching sides now. Chipping it forward, flag is down. Into the box, but just not near Joffrey's feet. OCB back. Still mounting the attack into the final third, into the box. Hill. And that's cleared out. Hill was trying to get it to his right foot to take a rip, but we will have a corner kick, so stay where we are. OCB mounting that attack, trying to cut this to a 1-goal game, and Hill feeling the pressure from behind as Tavares knocks it out of play. Luke was trying to put his head on it, and what kind of justice that would be for the 16-year-old if he had been able to get up just a little bit higher and make it a 3-2 game in the 78th minute. We get to take another look at just how close the 16-year-old came. The Brazilian puts it high in the air and just mistimed his jump by that much. Ball went a little bit behind him. And now Tucson taking it the other way. Tucson will have the throw deep in Orlando's zone. Time running out, but Orlando City B showing a very gutsy performance, down 3-0 after goals by Delgado at 22, Zach Wright at 45 plus 4, and Delgado got the brace at 54. And then it was Kobe Osewusu at 56, and Orlando City B, as I said, down a goal, but showing a tremendous amount of fight. Ball now in the 18. Mancuso came out of his office, and he gets bailed out by his back line. Gets the ball back, and here comes Orlando City B. Serginho out wide. Diouf. And he'll switch sides. Nathan Simeon. Simeon for Hill. No, check that. Osewusu, who started on the left, now on the right, will carry it into the center. Tavares was playing some defense. Simeon was trapped, gets it down the line, punched away by Tucson. Osewusu sending it forward. Luke is giving chase, a little too late, but Orlando City on the 50-50. Joffrey down the line. Ledbetter tried to take him out. Joffrey into the box. And we got a corner coming up in the 80th minute. Far side corner for Orlando City, and we get to take a look at the replay. Joffrey on his horse and gets tangled up. Probably could have gone either way, a corner or a point at the spot, but Orlando City gets the corner, trying to drive it into the 18. Hill will have to keep it in play. He just barely does. Mancuso with the heads-up play as Delgado was chasing. Wright trying to control it. Diouf right behind him. And we got a penalty there. No doubt about that. Set piece opportunity coming up for the Lions as Hanlon got tangled up. No yellow cards handed out to Tucson on the evening. And we'll see which way Orlando City wants to go on this set piece. Everybody on the mouth of the 18, driven into the 18. Hagan put his head on it. Luke put his head on it. Hanlon sends it in the air. 50-50 coming up. Summerall from distance, and that will go out of play. Lack of patience by OCB, shutting down that opportunity. Concerted effort, a lot of time spent on this side of the pitch. And Bjornthen, the 24-year-old who previously played at Toronto 2, will kick this one away. He's been doing it the better part of the evening as Eji Madu has been unable to kick it all but once since the collision with Tresser and Buyu early in the first half. And Orlando City B looking to finish the drill. Keep fighting through this game, down a man throughout the second half. Joffrey ridden off the ball. Ledbetter sending it into the middle. Summerall. Hanlon. Hanlon gets it back. Hanlon had some space, gets it out to Tavares. Tavares into the final third. Kobe playing some defense, makes him go backwards, and now Wheeler Omiunu. Cox will send it back. Bjornthen for Wakasa. Wakasa will send it into the air. Headed away by Orlando City. Orlando City continuing to put pressure on as you see Hernandez picking up the ball, throwing it in. Hagen for Simeon. And Simeon will send it forward. Switching sides. Corralled in. OCB trying to stay on this side of the pitch. Trying to break through and get another one. The Brazilian from Corinthians gets his pocket picked. Collision in the middle, play on, says the referee. Kobe came up, and we're going to have a stoppage of play. From distance, and that is knocked away. Corner coming up for OCB in the 84th minute. And it will be Ates Diouf who will go over and take this one. You see Summersall, who has been on the turf a few times throughout the evening, taking his time. 21-year-old out of Florida Gulf Coast University. And Stripling will be checking into the game. And he'll get some last-minute instructions. So Stripling coming in for Summersall. And that is the second substitution of the evening. So Colin Stripling in the 85th minute will finish it up for Tucson. OCB looking to put another one on. They'll work it into the middle. That shot from distance punched away. Tucson is able to dodge a bullet. Now trying to switch course of action. Delgado giving chase. Ridden off the ball by Simeon. And Orlando City B now trying to recourse. Hagen will carry it forward.
Excellent, Carson. Keep working. Come on, Jamel.
Diouf and OCB down a man looking to pick up their second goal of the evening. Emmanuel Hagen. Osiwusu feeling the pressure, going backwards into the circle for his captain. They'll play catch. Now sending it forward. Chipping. Tavares put his head on it. Cox was able to corral it in. Cox carrying it onto Orlando's side. Fancy dribbling. Lays it off. Delgado looking for the hat trick. Corner coming up. Heads up defensive play by Steven Hernandez to prevent Delgado from getting on the board for the third time in the evening. And you see Delgado. Simeon on him, and Simeon just gets that right foot in front. Gives Tucson a corner. And Tucson taking their time as Kyle Bjornthen, the captain, the 24-year-old, will take this one. In-swinger coming up in the 87th minute, and Tucson already with 3 goals on the evening. Driven high, and Mancuso will catch it. He'll run it out. And right foot punt. As Tucson was able to change direction. And this ball is driven down the pitch. And it will go out of play. Nope, stays in play. Hanlon almost got his pocket picked. Tucson being extremely careful with the ball. They want to nurse their 3-point opportunity here Tavares battling his way around Hill. And Hill was able to usher it to his 17-year-old keeper. Osiwusu. That was a dangerous pass picked off by Delgado. Delgado now on the ball. Wheeler Omiunu playing catch with Hanlon. And this is all that Tucson needs to do, is just dribble out the game. Up 3-1 and up a man. OCB has looked strong despite playing with 10 men in the second half. Got on the board in the 56th minute. Kobe Osiwusu with the left-footed goal. But 3 early goals by Tucson set the pace. Tavares tees it up, punched out by Mancuso. And he'll kick this one away. Ledbetter is down.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for FC Tucson.
I'll tell you, folks, Luca Mancuso may be 17 years old, but this is not a 17-year-old save. That was a well-executed save by the young man. And the last substitution of the evening is Ledbetter will check out. And Houseworth will check in. So we've got another Luke on the pitch. Another Luke as a substitution. One Luke for Orlando City. One Luke for Tucson, as Tucson will look just to nurse this clock in the 90th minute. Don't anticipate that there will be that much stoppage time in the second half. We had nearly 7 minutes of added time in the first because of 2 injuries and a red card. Mancuso high in the air. Headed back. And Orlando City loses the handle. Mancuso comes out, wide open net. He gets bailed out by his center back. And a ball sent forward as the clock strikes 90. And we do get 5 minutes of added time for your viewing pleasure. Did not anticipate that there was going to be that much time. Not as much stoppage in the second half as we had in the first half, but nonetheless, we've got 5 minutes of added time. So hang tight, folks. Let's see how this one ends. Simeon back to his keeper. Orlando City B wants to get back on track if they want to mount another attack to try to cut this one to 3-2 in the next 4+ minutes. They're going to have to play with a little bit more sense of urgency. Simeon sending it forward for Kobe. Kobe pulling up the brakes, trying to dribble out of pressure. 3 defenders around him. He goes backwards. Simeon sending it forward. Luke's giving chase, and that ball will go out of play. So the 16-year-old for Orlando City B, who made his debut in the 76th minute, was giving chase. That's forward, and that's out of play. Opportunity over. 92nd minute. Orlando City B may be down 3-1 after 90+ minutes of action, but a lot of great takeaways for the young team. They have played well, and in most cases in the second half, they have not looked like a team that was playing down a man. They battled back and got a 56-minute goal by their forward, Kobe Osewusu. Goals at the 22nd and 54th minute by Guillermo Delgado, and Zach Wright getting his revenge on a red card by Randy Mendoza in the 49th minute. Recaps the scoring. And Tucson now trying to keep the ball on Orlando's side of the pitch as Tavares will give chase. Tavares trying to carry it into the 18. sliding it forward into the mouth of the 18 and intercepted by Hernandez. And that ball will be sent over the top. Foot race. Joffrey was giving chase, cleared out by Bjornthen. And it will be a throw for Hill right in front of the bench of Tucson. Kobe, well defended, gets tangled up with Cox, and a set piece coming up for OCB in the 94th minute. So not a lot of time left, but opportunity to score, and the man from the Corinthians sends it backwards. The captain now looking for space. Back to Serginho. Serginho. And that's tackled away. But OCB able to get the loose ball back. 94th minute, time remaining is limited for OCB to try to get their second goal of the evening. Serginho trying to center, well covered. Gets his pocket picked by Cox. Cox will just dribble into the corner. Try to nurse the clock. Finally, sending it forward, intended for Delgado. Delgado giving chase and then backs up. Hagan playing catch, and OCB needing to go forward. Mancuso decides he will go forward. Strong right foot. Cox going backwards. Bjornthen. Wakasa. The ball spending a lot of time in the air. Stripling got his first touches. That's going to do it. Nope. That was just a stoppage of play. So the ball needs to work its way back towards the middle of the pitch. Still have a few seconds remaining in this game as we've got an injured player down for Tucson. We've seen this movie before. Another yellow card. And Luke Granitor picks up his yellow card to go along with his debut. That coming in the 95th minute. So a number of cards handed out to OCB throughout the evening. No cards going to Tucson throughout this match. And it will be a throw for Tucson with moments remaining in this game. And that will do it in this opening weekend of USL League One action. Tucson on the road with a 3-1 win over Orlando City B. Time for us to take a look at highlights throughout the evening. Orlando City B dictating the pace early in this match, but it was early goals that did in the Lions. That one coming by the foot of Delgado in the 22nd minute. As you see, Wakasa sending it over the top, and Mendoza looking backwards. Did not see Martinez was there. Martinez with the assist to Delgado, and it's 1-0. And then in stoppage time, Randy Mendoza is ushered out of the game as he gets the red card on this slide tackle on Zach Wright. Wright was slow to get up, and Mendoza's evening is over. Just moments later, Wright will get his revenge. Delgado with a beautiful back heel pass, and Wright with the goal at 45+4. Give Delgado an assist to go with the goal he had in the 22nd minute. And then in the second half, Cox sending it forward. Delgado chipping Mancuso, and Delgado gets his brace in the 54th minute. And it's now 3-0 Tucson. But not to be outdone, Osei Wusu back of the net. 3-1. OCB gets the goal, and the game ends 3-1. Tucson gets the win. And so Orlando City B putting in a solid performance in their debut in League One action. And you look at the stats, shots actually in favor of OCB. Shots on target in favor of the visitors. Possession stays the same as it was in the first half. Offside, Tucson was caught leaning a little too much. Yellow cards, 5-1 in favor of OCB. But the only thing that ever matters is the score, and that's 3-1 Tucson over OCB. Thanks for being with us throughout the evening here in Orlando at Mount Verde Academy. 3-1 is your final. Thanks for being with us. I'm Bruce Silverman. We will see you next week.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.